Good morning, good morning. It is another week and we are about to start our grind, y'all. So for those of you guys who know where I'm at right now, this is the new agility course in Varlamore. I thought, dude, we probably need to start working on doing a little bit of agility. Um, Last night we just did it kind of while watching a movie, got up to 78. We got a long way to go, but we were able to get that done. So we are going to be cranking out some more Slayer this week, though, guys. With the new Grid Master right around the corner, I'm actually super excited. I've never done any leaks before. Never really cared to waste experience on a new grind, but I think it'll be fun. I'm excited. Grid Master looks like a good old time. I've been watching a lot of the videos teeing off it, so we're gonna hit that up, see what it's all about. But yeah, before we got started this week and kind of got some more Slayer experience under our belt here, we did go run last night, got 650 termites, which I believe is all we need for the recolor. It's going to be very unfortunate if it's not. 650. And then buy. I wonder if it's per. I think we got to do it this way. Let's take this off real quick. Shop. Graceful recolor. Buy one. Why is that not working? What am I missing here? Graceful hood. Yep. Graceful cape. Graceful top. Graceful legs. Who's? Oh, I'm missing the gloves. Am I wearing them still? Yeah, there we go. Look, this is what happens when you get up at 6 a.m. in the morning and decide, hey, we're going to play some RuneScape. Boom. There we go. All of them. New collection slot. But you love to see it, dude. Look at that. Oh, that's a bunch of new. Dude, I think that looks so clean. In the past, I've done all the recolors on my other account and just kept redoing the same one. Thought I'd make myself look kind of like Arrow. So it kind of did the mix-up color. But I do love the way that freaking looks, man. That is awesome. So yeah, that's what we call starting off the week with a bunch of collection slots, man, with just one quick click. So, but yeah, man, what we're going to do, we're about to go head on out. We are going to try to get some Slayer done. I did go ahead. I know last time I left off, we were doing Barrows Brothers. We went and ran that real quick because that's easy to do on mobile. But we are now have our own Dagannoth task. So I think what our goal is going to be to start this week off is we're going to take on the Kings and see if we can Tribrid. We should have the stats now to get it done. So I didn't get them done in the past because that was tough sledding, to be honest with you. But let's see if we can find Dagannoth Kings here. So we've done a little bit of it. I've gotten 2 axes already. 1 Berserker ring, but what we want is that Archer's ring, that Seer's ring. I also need the Seer's Cull for one of my elite clues. So I'm not normally one to do elite clues, by the way, but with this new system for getting scroll boxes, I need a mimic. So I figure might as well do a bunch of the elites so we can get the guaranteed drop of the mimic. But yeah, we're going to go run in here and we're going to try to just Tribrid. And I will see you when we see something cool. Or we're about to freaking die. But thanks for watching, guys. Cue the opener. So far, so good. It really hasn't been too bad. I actually was able to prayer flick these 2 guys when I first walked in the room, which I did not think I was going to have the capabilities in myself to do. So pretty stoked about that. The one thing I did realize when I got down here, I was using the wiki, and it does not show in the inventory tag to bring anti-poisons. I know you're supposed to bring anti-poisons, but sometimes you just trust the wiki a little too much, and that'll come back to freaking bite you, apparently. So, yeah, that was brutal. But we are going to sneak over here. There we go. Do this. And get that done. Here's the other thing, too, is I went ahead and fully loaded up our Trident of the Seas here for this thing, thinking I would use it a lot. But with the issues coming from the poison, you're having to out DPS poison here. So really all I've actually been doing is just blood blitzing. Is that what it is? Blood blitzing the guy, so that way I can kind of out DPS all the daggum poison. So yeah, it's not too bad. I mean, you can make it work without it. I actually don't even know why I'm holding oyster pearls. We don't need that on this account. But yeah, we're gonna keep it up here for a little bit, see how much we can get kills until the poison just starts getting to us, and go from there. And here we are 3 seconds later, and I'm literally running for my life, because one, I realized while I was talking to you I was still using magic. That was dumb. But two, as soon as I did that, then all of a sudden apparently I was right in the gap where he can actually see where I was, and started getting ranged, and I didn't realize it until all of a sudden I'm taking 20s. So regroup and reform, I guess. Dagannoth Prime Adept, bro. We'll take that. And we're getting lots of shark drops, but we don't need that. But that's 25 kills on Dagannoth Prime. So we're actually getting pretty daggum good at this here. Hey, there's another dragon axe, dude. That you love to see. Well, here you go. I thought I was out of the way of Rex, and then he freaking popped over here, but that worked out okay. He couldn't get me. I guess we're not going with the darts. Who needs them? I'm not gonna lie, it's pretty good. Pull him in, and take him to the safe spots. And we're good to go now. I brought way too much food for all this. Alright, so we're gonna try something new this time. I brought ourselves a summer pie so we can try to take this shortcut up here. Also, you hate to see those little things in there. They will screw you over. I wonder if we can shoot them? Yeah, we can. There we go. That way those things don't screw you over. So if you haven't ever gone through here, always check for these things. That's why I bring 2 throwing axes. But I guess now that I know I can shoot them, we'll be fine. But they spawn out of these little eggs here. So if you're not watching, they will absolutely ruin everything for you. Alright. Climb down. Oh, we'll protect mage here. Run through. Run up. I guess that's protect melee. See, I even have this thing on the freaking screen here. And then I think now I can come up here. And then we're going to eat a dose of this pie. Squeeze through. And I've never been this way. This is the first time for me. Squeeze down there. Dude, it drops you off right there. Holy freaking cow. That is way freaking faster. That is the way we are doing this from now on. If you have never done that, that is the way, dude. That probably just saved. Like, we don't need that at all. That's freaking awesome, dude. I'm pretty stoked about that. No adventures in the Slayer Cave. We're gonna drop down to Slayer. Go ahead and try to get his attention. Alright, so watch this. Ready? Pop, pop. 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 There we go. See, I like this. Pop, pop. Get these things, guys, off kilter here. And we should be golden to knock this guy out here. Just a second. Without taking any damage off these guys. And that is how you flick these guys expertly, man. Alright, just die already. One of these days he's gonna die. There we go. Now we can just keep that. Not too shabby. There we go. Dagannoth Supreme Adept. That's 25 KC done at Dagannoth Supreme. Not too bad, if I do say so myself. Alright, so quick little update here. We had our first death finally doing the Tribrid. Yet again, I have been got by, what's it called? The dudes. Football. I couldn't even think of it. But we've got 111 left to go. I can't even remember how much we started off with. Let's see. Started off at 194. So that's pretty good, you know? Was that 80? Is that the right math? But let's take a look here real quick at where we're at on this collection log. So, Dagannoth Kings. We have officially gotten 2 more dragon axes. That sucks. I mean, actually, it's pretty good. I wanted 1 more now that they've released this new fletching minigame, which I said I was going to do a lot of it. I really haven't done any yet. But I got 1 more now, so now I've got my 2-handed dragon axe, felling axe, that's the word, plus the 1-handed so I can fletch at the same time. So I'm stoked about that, plus an extra one now for Nathan to have. Still waiting on getting these rings, but again, I mean, let's see here. I thought I had these things pulled up. Dagannoth Supreme, OSRS. And then let's go here, and the drops are going to be the same pretty much everywhere, right? So our ring is a 1 in 128, which is quite unfortunate because I have had Spine Chaps drop, which is 1 in 128. I've had a Spine Body drop, 1 in 128. And I've had the Archer's Helm drop, 1 in 128. And the Fremennik Helm, 1 in 128. So we've gotten the drop rate for it many, many, many times so far. Just not the Archer's Ring or the Mage's Ring, but that's okay. It's not the end of the world. Dude, 1 in 896 to get talismans. I'm getting Earth Talismans left and right. That is wild. Like, what the actual heck, dude? I never actually really looked too much over this whole thing. Got a bunch of unsold Dagannoth heads. I haven't really been keeping them. I just leave those on the ground. I'm not too worried about it. But yeah, I don't know. We're about to go into this again. We have Nathan getting ready to get on here in a little bit and help out. I'm going to have him only run Dagannoth. There he is. He's on now. I'm going to have him run Dagannoth Rex while I run everything else. And I think that should make life easier. So, we will see you on the other side. Let's freaking go. We've got the Daggum Archer's Ring. That is one thing that we have come here for, baby. Can we keep it freaking going, dude? Oh my goodness, I'm freaking stoked right now. I don't even need to be praying, Melee. We got this. We're not even worried. Oh, look, see, now I'm about to... I should have kept playing it. That's all right. We're good. Holy freaking cow.
Boom! That is another task done. Death to the Archer King. I was not even trying for that, but that is freaking awesome, dude. That is taking on Dagannoth Prime? No, what is it? Supreme, sorry, Dagannoth Supreme, while being attacked by both the melee guy and the mage guy. So just sitting there tanking some stuff on accident and figured, what the heck, we're already at it. Let's finish this off. But yeah, that right there, that's an elite one, dude. That is freaking awesome.
All right, we are officially done with the Dagannoth task. The final KC, 30 KC, we decided to just go take on regular Dagannoths after another death. So, but I will say, I didn't think about this, but we threw some stuff into Death's Coffer here. Some of our extra Barrow stuff, because you can see it only high alks for 28k, but it actually ended up putting like 560k into Death's Coffer there. 30k I would have gotten for high alking. This one actually put in $2.6 million for Death's Coffer. So lots of value going in there. So I think I'm up to like 3 or 4 mil now in Death's Coffer. But with the money we had to pay out, I just didn't want to go over there anymore. But we'll take a look at our final KC here. Wrapped it up with 203 Rex, 76 Prime, and 66 Supreme, and got that Archer's Ring and a few more Dragon Axes. So still we'll have to go back eventually for the Seer's Ring and that Seer Coal, but we're getting there. All right, well, we are out and about this week traveling for work, and so I tried to get a little bit of bossing done, and I realized that is not going to work for me. The internet signal in this hotel is crap. This is why I stay Marriott, but with the company, they like us to stay Hilton. And it's just, trust me, there's a difference. If you're not an avid traveler like myself, you will learn there's a difference in these things. So I would definitely suggest Marriott. There's my little plug, bro. Not even advertised. They don't even pay for this stuff. Look at that. Freebies. But yeah. So we are hanging out here. We're going to try to knock out a bunch of these Fossil Island wyverns next. But I think our goal for this week, if the internet doesn't pick back up, we will be doing just a ton of Slayer and not the boss variant if we have to. Or if we can get away with it. I do have a, what is it, Bandos? Yeah, Bandos stored up right now, but we'll keep that puppy stored and just do whatever else comes our way and just try to get a whole bunch of Slayer while we're gone this week. And then we'll get back to doing some of these bossing grinds and try to get back to getting these seeds and stuff. But yeah, that's where we're at right now, man. So let's go knock out some wyverns and we'll hit you up if anything good pops up. Okay, so I figured I would mention this. If you guys aren't doing your Fossil Island tasks, you're missing out. I used to think back in the day like I was spending the points to dodge them, but they're so easy. And granted, my stats are up there now, and I think back in the day I did it with less, but you know, they're really not that tough to do. You can do them with some really easy to gear. I noticed I brought way too much freaking food for all this, but I literally came in here with a super combat, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 prayer potions, and then the rest were sharks, and then just teleport to get out afterwards. I'm down to 8 more wyverns left here. But dude, I'm literally just eating food just to clear up space here, which is such a waste of freaking sharks, and I'm leaving tons of stuff on the ground. But that's all it really said on the wiki to bring. You know, here's my gear: fighter torso, dragon plate legs, boots, barrows, berserker ring, mind shield. Nothing here. The amulet of torture, that's gonna be a little higher level, right? So not for nothing. Like, I get that you're gonna have some higher level stuff, but yeah, all that to be said, like, I mean, there's really nothing that is unheard of, I guess is the way to say it, or just, you know, not necessarily. I don't know what the word I'm trying to say here is, but yeah, I mean, dude, they're easy. They're easy. Let's leave it at that. But I will say, the one thing that it didn't tell me, one, I'd bring less food, but there's so many, like, just weeds that I've been leaving on the ground. If I were you and you're doing this, make sure you bring that herb sack. I've been, especially as an Iron Man, I've left so many daggum quorms and things. I'm trying to pick up my Raynars. But just leaving a lot of stuff just lying around. Maybe something to hide out this stuff would probably be a smart idea as well. But yeah, just, yeah, easy task, man. Super, super easy task. So we're just going to juggle food here for a little bit, I guess, until we can get everything set up here. Try not to waste sharks, though, because any Iron Man knows, dude. Sharks are your lifeline. Don't waste them. Boom, and just like that, man, that is another Slayer task down. Yeah, I think the torture does make the difference, as I was saying. Slayer mask, obviously. Whip, it's been freaking great to have, man. And now that we got that fighter torso to finish up the set, dude, just the stat bonuses are freaking awesome, man. It's 188 tasks, though, another 15 points. So let's go see what our next lucky winner is going to be here. Don't be something I'm going to hate. 43 metal dragons. Let's go head back to Mithril dragons. I think that's... We're just going to rock it out there, man. Let's keep up the good work there with those things. All right. Well, we've done a bunch of different tasks here recently. Got a couple black dragons, and then going through a bunch of... There's a bunch of other ones. I can't remember now. Like, we were grinding a lot just last night, and nothing worth anything. Got our first ever gargoyle task, which was awesome. Did about 160 of those, I want to say. Probably somewhere around there. And all of those, I didn't even get the freaking brittle key, or what's it called? It's not the brittle. Yeah, the brittle key. I really expected to get one of those. So still can't do the gargoyle boss yet, but I'm definitely trying to get to that because there's some unlocks there that we want to get, or some collection logs, if you will. But all that to be said, we did just go ahead and roll greater demons again. So we are going to try this out. Hopefully internet's better tonight and tomorrow night. We've got 240 greater demons. I do want to do Krill. I really do want to try Krill out since we have the task for it, but I also still really want to get Emberlight. So I think we may split this task in half. Do 120 and 120 maybe. Maybe less Krill depending on how my chaos goes. I don't know. But I think 120, if you look down here, it'll get us our next Slayer level. That'll officially get us up to 87 Slayer, which is where we can get to Kraken, which is kind of what we're working towards here. So I think that's a plus there. But before we get started here, I just wanted to take a quick look over here again in our Tormented Demons task tab. We're at 1109. We've got uber lucky on Burning Claws. So I'm sorry if you haven't. Like, I wish I could give this to you. The only plus side to all this is I was able to give 2 complete sets to the other group guys, so we don't have to share. So, I mean, great for the group. It would suck even worse if it was a normal Iron Man. But the whole reason we like these guys, besides the experience that you get, is these tormented synapses. And we are officially dry again. I can't remember if you guys remember or watched the other episode. I think we got it on like 789, 8 something. I mean, we were well over. It's a 1 in 500 drop. So we're over again. Almost over since the last time we got it. So hopefully we can get that again. And if we get that, we'll probably just leave a little early and start trying to do Krill without the light bearer, because I never got that, but I would love to try to push that. So we'll give this a shot and see what the heck we can do. So stay tuned, y'all. First KC, a smoldering gland. That's not bad at all, but that's not what we're hunting for here. We can get plenty of those later. But might as well go ahead and pop these bad boys off here for a little bit while we're going to run that smoldering gland. As soon as we get down, we'll just start redoing that, since if you don't know, those are giving me just prayer over time basically, and they just keep you maxed out. So might as well use everything you can while you got it. Throw your thralls up, switch your thralls as you need and everything. I like the smoldering glands, dude. They're worth every penny. Yeah, dude, this was like a quick 30-second kill with that gland going for me. That's the one. No, just kidding. That wasn't the one. But yeah. See? Topped off, man. Haven't even had to take a prayer potion yet, and I just did like a 30-second kill. That is why, my friends, make friends with your glands. That didn't make any sense. Don't listen to me. Over and out. Bro, this is why I don't freaking run a hardcore Iron Man, because just where I travel, man, internet doesn't work or squat, and I thought it was better, and then I'm sitting here fighting this dude, and I don't actually get any heals off. I'm sitting here telling it to heal me, thinking it works, and then I switched prayers, and it wouldn't switch the prayers, even though it was just awful, and it still just showed me constantly attacking this guy. So he was literally down to 2 hits. I think he pretty much died when I finally killed him or whatever, but it didn't count any of that crap, so I ended up having to die, and then 13k pull out Death's Coffer, which is nothing. I mentioned earlier how much I had put in there, but that just shows you it was 4.1 million in there. They took 13k out. So, but yeah, again, this is why I don't freaking do this crap. I haven't died at this boss in I couldn't tell you how long. And then that garbage happens because of daggum internet. And that's why I wasn't fighting against any big bosses. But I guess these guys kind of, not big bosses, but they're just a pain in the butt to get back to. So maybe it's not going to be worth it if this keeps up. We'll see. All right, just a quick little update here. We are at 163 left. We started off at 240, so we've gotten a few in the bag here. Still, as anyone would expect, we are not getting lucky on any of this stuff. And by lucky, I mean getting the freaking drop rate here. So 1186. I think we said we're going to do half and half. So we got about 43 more to go before we switch over to Krill. As much as I want to do that, I'm second guessing until I get the synapse, but might as well try. So, whew, man, these guys, I tell you, they test you. I am about to go absolutely berserk. Just give me the freaking thing I want before I go berserk. Bro, we are freaking sitting at 3 daggum magic short bows, 3 rune plate bodies, which I mean, that's kind of nice. Lots of money, right? But all that to be said, I don't have the bloody synapse I want, and we are getting mighty close to the next level here. So what freaking good does that do me if I'm trying to get my way over to Krill? But I'm also trying not to have to do Tormented Demons anymore for a minute. Or, no, that's not what I was trying. Well, yeah, I mean, I want a Synapse, but I want to eventually get over to Duke as well, so I can get the Ultor? I don't know which one the Duke does. Either way, it's a ring, and I want to start trying to farm for that ring and getting other armor and fun things and learning new bosses, bro. Oh my goodness, a dragon fruit tree seed. What are the freaking odds? Let's look up drops. This is just going to piss me off, so I shouldn't be looking this up. That is a 1 in 2,125 drop rate. What in the actual high flipping crap is that, dude? Oh my. Just a reminder, the drop rate I'm going for is a 1 in 500. Can't get it. But I can get that kind of garbage? I don't even need those things, dude. Like, that is just infuriating is what that is, man. There's no better word. Alright, is this going to be the smack? Nope. I thought it would be the smack. Couple more hits here. And, nope, not yet. Ready? And down goes the demon. That is 87 Slayer and Soul Runes. I guess I do need those too. Dang, bro. I really, really wanted that to be what I wanted it to be. Oh boy, but 87 Slayer, that was our goal. Monsters at level 87 since it coded off. Cave Krakens are now available to us, bro, and that is awesome. So we no longer have to share this trident once I get the Cave Kraken task. So we are going to finish up our inventory here and knock out... Oh, I messed that up. See, look, this is what happens when I talk. We're going to finish up our inventory here, knock out as much of these guys as we can, and then we'll run over to Krill after that. And then once we do this, I think I have enough Slayer points saved up where I can start trying to skip tasks for our good friend, the Cave Kraken, and see if we can't do the boss since we do have the thing already. Oh, wait, we're doing this now. We'll do the boss variant and try to go from there and see if we can get another trident to share with the team. So we shall see what we can get. Ooh, don't do that. But dude, 87, that's a major milestone in Slayer right there, man. And Cave Kraken is probably one of my favorite bosses, so extremely excited to have that now. Alright, well, we were going to end it there for the week. So we officially cleared out the rest of our inventory. Let's take a quick look at the collection log here. Tormented Demons, that puts us up to 1242. Dude, these temple teleports, man, just come in droves. Haven't actually gotten a Burning Claw in a long time. So, but that's okay, we don't need those anymore. And then haven't gotten our Synapse yet, so we're still over. But I did want to go ahead and I want to try out Krill. So we got 107 left to go before we run out, and then we'll start looking for that Kraken. But I figured that should be good for now. We are coming up close on Gridmasters, and I do plan on running and doing Gridmasters pretty much the whole time until I get bored, at least. I don't know. Never done an event like those. I haven't ever done leagues or anything like that, so I want to try it out, see how it goes. So that's coming up here in about 2 weeks, I guess. But yeah, we're going to end this here, and then next week what we'll do is we'll try to sneak in another quick, fast one where we knock out Krill and just take a look and see how we get there. But yeah, 87, 394k left to go. We did get that other rune crafting level this week as we were doing that, and kind of got some runes in the bank, so that way as we go out there and use blood spells, we should be cleared for that. So excited with the progress. Also, they just opened up a bunch of more worlds to prepare for this, so we may try to sneak into the Wildy a little bit as well. But thank y'all so much for watching, man. Stay tuned next week, and then if you guys are going to do Gridmasters, leave it in the comments. Let me know what you're most excited about. Have you seen some of these elite drops that are coming out? Some of the stuff that's coming out with the Sacred or something Shark I saw that the OSRS staff posted today, where it's just unlimited healing off of one shark. Pretty stoked about that. So, I don't know. Super excited to see what comes up with that. But yeah, next week, let's try to knock out Krill. Let's try to do a little bit of wildy bossing. And then let's get ready to rock and roll on Gridmasters. I will talk to y'all later. Shoots!